Hey guys, this is found as reported by the Office of Inspector General, but it's not the typical fraud reporting of, perp lay people or perp SSA employees or perp illegal aliens, defrauding the Social Security scheme. Okay, this is titled, and this just came out August 19th. So just, week or two ago. IG reports nearly 72 billion improperly paid. Recommend improvements go unimplemented. Recommended improvements have gone unimplemented. Let's see what it has to say. So 23 billion remains uncovered, they were saying. So 72 billion were improperly paid. Of that, nearly 50 billion, I guess, has been recovered, and 23 billion remains uncovered. Okay. It says through several audits, the SSA's Office of Inspector General, the OIG, that we report some of the very interesting, successful crime solvings that they do, made dozens of recommendations for the agency to prevent improper payments before they occur, as well as to detect and correct existing improper payments. Now, we all know that those overpayments that are not necessarily fraud on the part of the person receiving them, because many fine people inadvertently receive an overpayment through no ill intention of their own. It might be they were sloppy. It might be that they didn't read the rules, but there was no ill intent and no intent to steal, right? However, to date, many of those recommendations remain unimplemented, leading to continued improper payments. So let's see. There's apparently a report preventing, detecting, and recovering improper payments. It's linked on this page. It summarizes the OIG's audit work regarding the improper payments. Blah, blah, blah. The OIG identified major management challenges since 2002. Okay, so from 2015 to 2022, SSA estimates it made the 72 billion estimated in improper payments, most of which were overpayments. While this is less than 1% of the total benefits paid during that period, at the end of 2023, SSA had uncollected overpayment balance of 23 billion. Yeah, so they talk about it's less than 1% of what we throw out there every year. I don't think that matters. It's 72 billion of error. I understand there's a lot of dollars going out, but that would really be helpful to the fund to have that money back in there, as you're talking about insolvency, every few years about, however poor the economy is going, woo, there goes the Social Security fund. Okay. Most of the unimplemented recommendations address two reasons for the improper payments in the SSA programs. This is what it says: beneficiaries self-reporting information and insufficient controls in SSA's automated and manual processes. All right, that's kind of like a can of worms there and very open-ended. The audits confirm that SSA's reliance on beneficiaries to self-report in their circumstances resulted in improper payments. Obtaining data that assists with making eligibility and payment determinations from external sources, such as other federal and state agencies and financial institutions, such as the IRS, is critical to preventing and detecting improper payments. Totally agree. And I totally agree that beneficiary self-reporting, that is often, the ones I've seen, and I've represented people on these, I don't do it, don't call me about it, but I do it under very limited, very limited circumstances, and I don't know if I'll even do it again. It's kind of a nightmare, but people think I will say this, I think a lot of people report and the SSA doesn't handle the reporting and doesn't quickly hop on top of it. So they are properly reporting. Other times they don't report when they should because they don't realize they should. They are part-time, so they think they're okay if they're working. SSI people, it could be they, grandma leaves them $1,000, it's in their account, and now they're over the resource limit. And they leave it there because they're trying to be good little soldiers and save, but they don't realize the rule that in SSI, if you save and have a wad in there, kindly don't be taking it from your fellow taxpayers. Support yourself. If you run out, then come back to us. So there is all that. Yeah, I think they really need to intermingle with their other federal agencies, and it would behoove states to get on board with reporting maybe state income tax as well, because sometimes people don't file a federal and they might file a state. I don't know, I don't know. But anyway, it says that the SSA also has not implemented a number of recommendations related to its processes to recover overpayments and issue underpayments. The audits found that the agency's actions to process over and underpayments were not always effective or consistent. Oh yeah, that's the understatement of the year, right? SSA anticipated a new debt management product would address many of the recommendations. However, the agency stopped implementing efforts in 2024 because the new product was not funded. I don't know what that means. I guess they didn't own the product. Maybe they should consider buying it. I don't know. Or developing their own. Don't they have some smart tech people in there? Just saying. Not funded. Sweet, right? Unbelievable. We're funding so many other things, aren't we? Yeah. People that haven't really worked for it. They're kind of maybe shouldn't be here collecting it. Perhaps maybe some, I don't know, things outside our borders, abroad. I don't know. What do you think? Quote, improper payments have been a longstanding challenge for the SSA. You don't say. While the agency has taken actions to address this challenge, it needs to do more, says Michelle Anderson, Assistant Inspector General for Audit and Acting Inspector General. Without better access to data, increased automation, systems modernization, and policy or legislative changes, improper payments will continue to be a major challenge for SSA into the future. In the end here, they say that the SSA has taken steps to improve the prevention, detection, and recovery of improper payments. We have, I promise. For example, in October 2023, SSA initiated a comprehensive review of overpayment procedures, policy systems, and communications to determine where it could make improvements. SSA is also developing an information exchange to obtain monthly earnings data from third-party payroll data providers, which may reduce the recurrence of improper payments for beneficiaries who work while receiving benefits. Okay, that's good and dandy. I really do have to add the new Commissioner O'Malley has seemingly been really on top of this. Now, he just came in 2024, not that long ago. He hasn't had much time, but he's certainly spoken up and out and started to make some changes. So this could be, I'm sure it's never going to be perfect, but if, I understand him to be, and I hope I don't say it wrong, kind of like a guy that's really into the automation, the technology that should be used to make things run smoothly with the SSA as they do in some of the biggest and best companies. So, being in favor of that, not afraid of it, and not just trying to, pour good money after bad on antiquated systems might be what his mindset is. And of course, that's fabulous. I don't know anyone who's at the present time full on board with what he's doing and commending him. So there is that, guys. Yeah. All right. So there you go. OIG is putting it out there in the I don't know why it just seems like I guess it's all in the press releases. I was like, that's not the fraud game. But I'm like, it's still interesting. All right. Bye, guys.